Hi, all. Don Catalano back again with another explanation of what happened in the air in the last few days. So, as most of you know, we fly our own corporate jet. I'm one of the jet pilots, and besides commercial real estate, which we're expert about, we do know a thing or two about aviation. Let's just say. So, I want to give everybody a quick briefing in layman's terms what happened at Chicago Midway Airport yesterday, the 25th of September. We had a Southwest Airlines plane coming in, beautiful day, um, and they had to execute a go around to avoid a calamity. And I'll explain that. And first, I want to tell you that the graphics I'm using are from VASAviation, who does a terrific job of summarizing aviation incidents and accidents. I'd highly recommend his YouTube channel. So I'm going to add my narration to it, which is from the pilot's perspective, and try to, and explain it to you in human terms, layperson's terms, not as much pilot talk. So I'm going to start the video. And we've all seen this on the TV, one jet crossing the path of another jet. So
Flex Jet 560.
it starts with this jet, Flex Jet 560. They are over on the left side of this graphic at Signature Aviation. Signature Aviation is where you can buy fuel and pick up your passengers, right? And there's definitely some early miscommunications between them and the ground controller, though those do get resolved and they were relatively minor. But we'll go through them step by step.
Signature with Tango Taxi.
So he says he is information tango and he wants the taxi. So pilots and air traffic control in the military use the phonetic alphabet. Tango means T. So he's saying he has information T, and that's the weather in lay terms. As the weather changes, they use A through Z. At least every hour they'll change the weather forecast or the current weather, not the forecast, and winds, temperature, which runway, and so that is doled out on an hourly basis, and sometimes if it's needed before that. So information tango is the current weather information labeled T. Okay.
Glacier 560. Runway, actually, departure frequency is 119.35. Runway 22 left. What taxi are you coming?
So he's giving him the departure frequency, which he needs. And he's saying that he's going to be assigned runway 22 left for takeoff. That's all that's happened so far. And he's saying, what taxiway are you coming out from? Because where signature is, he could come out from 3 different taxiways. But in all probability, he's going to come out taxiway alpha.
Out of. And we're over at Whiskey, like that.
Okay. First mistake. He's not over at Whiskey. And this might seem minor because of the graphic of the plane. It looks like the nose is actually out and touching Whiskey. The reality is it's not. That's just a graphic. You can't get to Whiskey directly from Signature. You have to come out taxiway Alpha, or if you went over here, you could come out Foxtrot, or it could come out Juliet. So, first mistake. He says he's at Whiskey. He can't be at Whiskey because he would have had to need taxi clearance to go on Alpha to get to Whiskey or Foxtrot or Juliet. So, first mistake.
That 560. The 560 Roger taxi via Foxtrot and hold trigger runway 22 right. Plan for runway 22 left.
Second mistake. This time by the controller, but it's minor because it's going to get corrected anyhow. He says taxi via Foxtrot. Well, I say it's a mistake. I guess it depends on your perspective, because it's theoretically possible that the plane could be up here. But he said he was on whiskey, which is impossible. He can't be on whiskey yet, because you have to cross over Alpha or Foxtrot to get to whiskey. So the mistakes are starting to pile up, if you would. So the controller says, go to 22 left, which is over here, via Foxtrot and whiskey. So maybe the controller wasn't making a mistake. He's saying, go up here, go on Foxtrot, and go down whiskey, which is, and you have to come out here, big rain, come down whiskey. That's going to get amended.
All right, plan for 22 left. With you, flex step 560.
It's being pointed out. They can't get there from here. They really have to come out. Yeah, Foxtrot whiskey doesn't make sense. And you're going to see why.
Finger off, flex step 560. I just want to confirm our taxi instructions for 22 left from signature.
Okay, finally some sense coming in. It doesn't make sense. So before we release the parking brake, before we move an inch, let's go back to ground control and confirm our taxi instructions. Good move, right? So the ground controller is going to say, or did say, where on the ramp are you?
Yeah, where on the ramp are you, sir? We're at Signature Aviation at Alpha taxi.
Okay, finally. Okay. We're at Signature, and we're about to come out Alpha. Okay, now we've clarified where you are on the airport. Understand, busy field, and the ground control may not have visual sight of everybody. They depend upon the pilots. The pilots, when they initiate the call, have to say exactly where they are. And when they're requesting taxi instructions explicitly, they have to be very clear where they are. And so now they've clarified that.
Okay. Back to Alpha, Foxtrot, hold short of 228.
Okay. So now we have some proper guidance. Come out Alpha, make a right turn. Now this runway, this is where it's going to start to get confusing. Stay with me. Runways are named for their magnetic azimuth. Think of a compass. North is either 360 or 0 degrees, depending on your perspective. South is 180 degrees, right? South. Runway 22, and there's two runway 22s, we'll get into that, is 220 degrees. If north and south is this way, 22 would be this way. It's past 180 degrees. Now there's two runway 22s, and they are identified by either being on the right side or the left side. Is a runway 22 right and a runway 22 left. He's been told that he's going to take off from 22 left. The taxi instructions are to take taxi down Alpha, make a right turn, hold short of 22 right. It's going to get more complex than this. Stay tuned.
Alpha Fox, hold short, 22 right, flex step 560.
Alpha Fox, hold short. We begin to hold short, 22 right. Now, what does hold short mean? It is very specific direction from air traffic control that the pilot must read back to air traffic control that I'm to hold short of a specific runway. And there's a hold short line, which is these big painted lines on the taxiway. And you can taxi up to them, but you can't cross them. So whenever we're told to hold short, we must repeat that back to prevent exactly what happened yesterday, a runway incursion. So the pilot has repeated that back.
Flex step 560, turn left on runway 4 left, cross runway 31 left, and hold.
Starting to get complex already. and I'll tell you why. 4 left is the same as 2 right. It is exactly the same piece of pavement. It's just how you're looking at it. So runway 2 right, if you go the other way in the runway, it is 4 left. Okay, so pilot should understand this. 4 left and 2 right is the same piece of pavement. But now, instead of saying hold short 2 right, he said make a left turn on 4 left. Okay, let me rewind that a little bit.
Turn left on runway 4 left, cross runway 31 left, and hold short of runway 31 center.
Okay, and it comes at you fast. You better be on your game in a big airport with lots of runways and taxiways. So let's break that down. So he's been told to make a left turn on 4 left, which is the same as 2 right. And here is runway 31 left. This is 31 center. And this was 31 right, but just to add a little more complexity to the situation, 31 right has been decommissioned and is now a taxiway. With me so far? So he's been told to make a left turn, and he's been told to cross this thinner runway, but hold short. Put your plane in between this runway and this runway. Hold short 31 center. And a reason they're telling him to hold short of 31 center is a very good one, because they have landing traffic. They have the Southwest Airlines plane coming in and has been cleared to land on 31 center, right? To add a little more complexity to it, they're going to change the way they refer to the runways again.
All right, left on 4 left, cross or 2 or 1 center, select that 5.
Okay. Confusion is definitely in the cockpit, because he screwed up the readback of the clearance, and the controller's going to correct him here in a second. He said, okay, I'm going to make that left turn on 4 left. So this is the big error. Cross, he originally says 2, which is the same as runway 4. So, okay, he doesn't need to say 2, because he's acknowledged already making a left turn on 4 left, which is the same piece of pavement as 2 right. But then he says cross 2, then 1-3 center. Okay. 1-3 center is 180 degrees different than 3-1. 130 degrees, 310 degrees. It is the same piece of pavement. It is 3-1 center by another name. 3-1 center is also 1-3 center if you're coming in from this direction. If you're coming in from the north, right, and you're landing this way, it will be called 1-3 center. So Southwest is coming in from the south, and they're going to come in on same piece of pavement, 3-1 center. This flex jet pilot, and this is a crewed plane, there's more than one pilot in it. There's 2 pilots. Said, I'm going to cross that. Watch what air traffic controller does.
560 negative. Cross runway 31 left, hold short runway 31 center.
Negative. That is emphatic. That's saying, no, you misunderstood. You're wrong. Negative. Cross 31 left, which is this runway here. Hold short of 31 center, which is this runway here. So cross this one here and stop over here. Okay.
Cross 31 left, hold short 31 center, flex at 560.
So he reads it back correctly, and that's exactly what the ground controller wants to hear. If he didn't read it back correctly, he would stop him in his tracks and say, stop there and go through the instructions again. But the pilot complies, reads the instructions back correctly, but doesn't comply with the instructions. So, as you can see, Southwest is coming in.
Southwest 20.
And you can see entering into the frame, the nose, the plane's actually a little bit past this. He's already crossing 3-1 center. He's supposed to stop way before 3-1 center, the whole short line. He's already crossing it. Southwest initiates the go-around. Go-arounds are not a big deal. We practice it all the time. There's many reasons why you might go around. If you're on an instrument approach, for instance, and you don't see the runway at the prescribed distance above the ground, you initiate a go around, which is giving it takeoff power and pulling back on the yoke and going from a heading down position to nose up position and a takeoff position, basically. It's going from landing to takeoff. And so it's a go around. So Southwest initiates that because they're doing what you pay pilots to do. It's not all automation. They are observant. They're watching what's going on. They have their heads on a swivel, and they take immediate action. This is, professional pilots are well paid. Let me tell you, you want them to be well paid. It is you want the smartest people in the room up front. And so the Southwest pilots did a fantastic job.
Southwest 2504 going around. 2504, Rod.
So Southwest doesn't need instructions from ATC to go around. As pilots in command, you are in command. You are to do whatever you need to do to get out of that situation. You are to do whatever you need to do in that moment in time to be safe. Everybody understands that. And you don't have to be told to go around. You can be told to go around. Ground control can tell you if there's a situation they're aware of to go around, or the pilot can elect at any time to go around. Sometimes you go around because you're not comfortable with landing, and that's a prudent thing to do. If a pilot gets behind the plane, they're not on the right speed, the right altitude. If it's not perfectly set up, the most prudent thing to do is to go around. Planes love to fly, and they're very comfortable in the air. So you take it around, no problem. So Southwest has said, I'm going around.
I maintain 3000.
Right. Air traffic controller sees what's going on. And anyway, when the pilot says going around, he's going around. And so they tell him to climb up to 3,000. They're going to re-vector him in.
3000. Section 5.
So he's acknowledged the Southwest is saying, gone around. Controllers say go up to 3,000 feet. And the Southwest pilots acknowledge that going to 3,000 feet. Now, FlexJet is in a heap of trouble. FlexJet 560, hold your position there.
Hold your position there. It's like a 560.
It's an oh shit moment.
Make the 560 continue across the hold short of hotel.
They told him to hold, and then they said, no, continue down a little bit more because they want to get his tail past this point. Now, hotel is the old 3-1 right. And they want to basically put his plane in the middle. And he's going to...
Hold short hotel, like their 560. Plus 2504, one able turn left heading 220.
You hear the Southwest pilot basically say what went on there. It was a WTF moment.
It's a 560. Your instruction is a hold short of runway 31 center.
So, ground controller is reiterating the instructions that the FlexJet broke.
2504. How'd that happen?
If how did that happen? And he's not going to get any response to that. They're just going to give it here. They're just going to give him the next instruction.
That's 2504, climbing 3000, contact Chicago approach 128.2.
128.2. Flight 560, possible pilot deviation. Advise you contact Midway Tower at a number when you're ready to copy.
Those are the words that no pilot wants to hear. Possible pilot deviation. Total oh shit moment. You're definitely going to be talking to the FAA. And they're going to give him a phone number to call. He's going to call it, and there's going to be a huge investigation on this. And these pilots will probably, I truly doubt they'll be flying for FlexJet anymore. And both of them as two pilots. So, yeah.
That 560 ready now. Flight 560, it's 773.
So they're given a phone number, and for them, in all probability, their career's probably over. Maybe not. Maybe they can do some retraining. But this was a huge bust. Bottom line, though, there's multiple ways where accidents are avoided. So here at Southwest Airlines screwed did what they're supposed to do, and they did a perfect go around. And this accident, in my opinion, was not. It's not an accident. Incident. There was no accident. No bent metal. No one got hurt. So it's not an accident. It's an incident. Air traffic control did what they were supposed to do too. So this is all going to be on the FlexJet pilots, both of them. So there you have it. Try to explain it in lay terms. It is complex. When I'm flying in a complex, whether it's Boston Logan or something like Midway or O'Hare, in some ways, being on the ground is more intense than being in the air. The air is kind of easy, but taxiing, you really, and we have big screens, by the way, kind of like what you're seeing here, where the airplane is depicted on the screen. We have the taxiways labeled, we have the runways labeled. You really have to study it. And when I'm at a complex place like, say, Logan, and mixed in with the airliners, I really am hyper aware of where I am. And if I have to, I will stop on a taxiway and ask for more clarification. And they never give you a hard time about that. They'd rather you do that and go a little bit slower than have what happened here, which is called a runway incursion. So that's all for now. I hope this added some clarity. Thanks for tuning in, and have a super day.